Alright, let's go do some morning chores. I got you guys in POV up here. Morning, boys! Good morning! How are your feet this morning? This is Doc. He's currently on stall rest because he had his first ever bout of laminitis in both his front feet, which is why he's got his fancy shoes on now. I haven't checked this morning yet, obviously, but as of yesterday, he was pretty much seemed to be out of the active stage. I couldn't really feel his pulse anymore in his ankles, and he had very, very, very minimal heat. So I'll check those right now. Yeah, I can barely feel his pulse in there. He doesn't have much for heat in those feet either. And he's 2. I hear you 2 out here. What are you guys doing? Huh? Are you guys playing? I'm gonna get your grain. So he's got company with them right out there. They can come see him over the fence. And then he's got the goaties right here, but they're out sun bathing right now. It's cold, but it doesn't feel crazy cold this morning. If there was no breeze, it would be really beautiful today. Up we go. Don't tip over, corn. Just keep it nice and open for them. And I gotta feed him, and if I didn't, oh, you made a mess in here last night, sir, with your grain. Good boy. Each day when he's having his grain, since he is just a baby and it's winter time, so I'm not doing a whole lot with him, I do still like to give him his little rub down, make sure he doesn't try to be silly and kick me or anything. Boy. Still puts his foot in that big water trough. See? Archer! Get your foot out of there! Look at what he's doing. He's such a brat. Archer, get your foot out of there. He's such a brat. Top off Toby's water. And then a little bit later today, since it'll be completely full, I'll switch it out for a brand new bucket, and that one will go into melt. People ask why I don't use, or why I don't just use a water heater to heat my horse's water and stuff. And that's because if I don't leave the hose running, then my spigot freezes, and then I have to carry water buckets from my basement because we don't have a way of unfreezing it once it freezes. So running the freeze miser. So running that helps keep my hose from freezing on me. All right, this back over here. Alright, buddy. Top off your water. If he doesn't drink more than a bucket by the time I come out midday for chores, then I'll have to try and entice him to drink some other way. Because usually I'd put like some molasses or something in there, but he can't have anything with sugar in it. It's a lot easier to get the ice out of being just a rubber one. Go get your hay, bud, and we'll clean your stall. The next 2 nights it's -5 and -9, I think, when I checked yesterday. So the next 2 nights everybody is gonna get extra hay. He's only allowed to have just over 5 pounds in the morning, which that's perfect. Just over 5 pounds in the morning, just over 5 pounds around 2 o'clock. And then at nighttime I give him, well, when it's really cold at nighttime, I'll just stuff this whole thing and I won't really weigh it, since he still needs to be able to keep himself warm, even with his blanket on. But this one usually only holds about 11, 12 pounds, which is about 3 pounds, 4 pounds over what he's supposed to get at nighttime. But on those really, really cold nights, I would rather him be able to stay warm than eat all his hay and then be cold all evening or all night until the morning time. So babies, here you go. Here's your breakfast. It's really hard to determine how he's feeling because he's not a very go quick places horse to begin with. And so when he's moving around, I can't tell if he's just moving at his usual snail pace or if he's moving slow because he's still a little sore. But he's no longer rocking on those front feet or anything. So, and he's been doing really well on stall rest. So I don't want to take him out and be checking him all the time, making him walk more than he should be, especially if he is still sore from that. In a week, so about the size of this, shine if he wants to. He's not really, like I said, he especially. Oh, then it already is. Is just frozen solid. Freezing during the day. I come out here 3 times a day and muck out every single time. Find stuff, and I think it just had the original sawdust that we put down was from the sawmill up the road, and it was pretty fine stuff. And I think it just had too much moisture in it. And so I was coming in and fluffing it before it froze real hard. Come on, move over. Yeah, because he doesn't look like he's too stiff there when he just moved over. But it's hard to tell in such a small area. But like I was saying, this small sawdust right here, I think it just had too much moisture in it to begin with. Because as he was walking on it, even though I was coming in here and fluffing it, eventually at nighttime when I was sleeping and wasn't able to fluff it 3 times during the day, it ended up just packing down too hard. It's really annoying. But he's got pads in his boots here, so I'm not worried about him having to stand on a hard surface. Just twist this boot a little. This boot always likes to twist. Go. But hopefully the next month or so he'll be able to go out to a small paddock, the one that Archer's up there eating in. I'm just so thankful because I never had a barn like this before this year. I mean, I had one last year, but it was this barn, but it was smaller and had some cabinets on the wall and stuff because it was our old garage before we put up this red and black shop right there. And so this summer we moved this old garage over here next to my arena here and turned it into my little barn, which I'm super thankful to have now, especially with him having to be on stall rest, because before I only have a lean-to that the other horses get to use as a shelter while the barn is being used by him, but that would have been hard to keep him locked in. Water open until this afternoon when I come back out to check on him. You guys are good. I always have deer along that tree line over there, and he thinks the deer are just gonna eat him. Good boy. On days like today when he's a little uppity. Because some days I have to literally get him out of here because he's just chilling, hanging out, but my trail camera that's over there was going off a lot just before I came out here, so I'm sure he's been a little knowing that the deer are over there. Hey, big boy. He is getting so big. Look at the dapples on his legs. I need to take his blanket off one of these days when it warms up. See how he's looking under there. Such a cute mover. Hey, you! What are you doing? We're all done, Silver. Just to come out and do it all over again in a couple hours.